Hello and welcome to the Unity Easy Tree Generation tutorial. So what you need first is a terrain or a plane. I'm going with a terrain. In the terrain I have set my layer to ground. So go to add layers and just create the ground layer in any empty layer and then apply it. Then in my terrain what I've done is I've set my terrain width and length to 100, but you can have any value you want. Just remember your terrain values. And of course I have downloaded a tree asset pack. So just get any tree you want. And then once you have your trees, you're going to create a new script on your terrain. Call it tree generation. And when Unity compiles, open up the script. Visual Studios will then open up. Once it's loaded, you're going to get rid of update, get rid of the comments for start, and then we're going to create some variables. So we want a public int for the width, a public int for the height. We then want a public float for the scale. And then we're going to put on a range tag, and we're going to give it the range between 0.01f to 10f. And it doesn't like it because I forgot to put a comma. We want to move on to create a public game object for the tree prefab. And then we want a public float acceptance point. I spelled it wrong, I believe, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to create a range for this too, and we want to give it the range between 0.01 and 10 again. Now, what you want to do in the start is create a for each, not a for each, a for loop. So for int y equals 0, y is less than height. We want to do y plus plus. In the for loop, we're going to create another for loop for int x equals 0, x is less than width, x plus plus. Then what we want to do is create a new value called x value, and this equals x divided by scale. And we want to do the same for y. Now, what we're going to do is, using the Unity's mathf library, we're going to use Perl and noise to create a random value between 0 and 1. And then from that value, depending on what it is, and if it's greater than the acceptance point, we're going to spawn a tree. So float Perl and value equals mathf.Perl and noise. We're going to pass in the x value and the y value. We're then going to do a simple if statement. If Perl and value is more than or equal to acceptance point, we're going to use the instantiate method to instantiate the tree prefab at a new vector 3 position, and we're going to pass in the x and then 0 and then y. And for rotation, we're just simply going to do quaternion.identity, and that should be the script. That's all we're going to do, all the coding. What we're going to make sure to do now is just set our variables in the inspector. So width and height, suppose 100 for me. I'm going to say 0.23 for the scale. I'm going to put in my tree prefab. Then for the acceptance points, I'm going to put something like 0.87. I'm going to then save, hit play. And there we go. And of course, if you want the tree shifted around, because if I click play again, it'll be the exact same generation. So if I want them to maybe shift around a little, I could change the scale to say 0.45, click play, and there we go, there's a different generation. So that's been the easy unique tree generation. If you want a second part where we place trees based on the terrain's height, I'll do that. If you have any questions or need help following this tutorial, leave a comment or join my Discord and I'll do my best to help you then.